On.
Speaking of independent films, who's better than Stana KATIC from Castle? Who's better than her, huh? The answer,
great.
no one.
Yeah.
No one is better than her, and Stana joins us on the Kevin and Bean Show right now. How are you, my dear?
Hi, I'm great. How are you guys doing this morning?
Very good,
wonderful to talk. I can't tell you how much we've missed you since the last time you were in. How's the Castle going? You working right now? You guys back into production?
Yeah, we just started. We're finishing up episode 3 right now. Yeah.
I'm so happy when a show like that so much fun comes along and I like it, and then it doesn't immediately take a nosedive and get canceled. Thank God it's actually a big hit and is coming back, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if we wouldn't have taken a nosedive. We lucked out and got some really great fans that kind of kept us afloat from that first season. So I think it came down to the fans, not down to anything else.
Bean and I often love stuff, and then it seems to be the kiss of death. So maybe we should just stay off of it. Apparently, there were enough other people that this particular one stayed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you don't want us watching your show, I think is the point. All right,
Don't mind.
The reason Stana is on today is because she is involved in something that is kind of making Hollywood history a little bit. Just when you think it's all been done before, just when you think there's one way to do things, along come your little friends, the Polish brothers, who are terrific writers and directors that I fell in love with years ago with their movie Twin Falls, Idaho.
Yeah.
And I ever since that movie, which, I mean, it haunted me. That movie was so beautifully made, and I've always kept an eye on these guys, and they always do interesting things. And they're those directors, and there are a lot of them who they do big budget movies, but then they also come back and do the small personal ones, and they're always worth watching. You're involved in a movie with them called For Lovers Only. That is, I mean, if I believe the what I've heard about this, it cost essentially nothing to make, essentially nothing to market and advertise, and every dollar is profit at this point, right?
Pretty much, yep.
Tell us more, Stana, because this is fascinating in a world where you see that almost every movie that's released loses money.
It was a project that they kind of decided to model after the French New Wave, which was a type of filmmaking back in the 60s that started off in France, where filmmakers decided to kind of break the regular mold. They decided not to bring on the big budget crew and the big budget kind of cameras and just grab a camera and go handheld around different parts of France and put together a story using a collage of images and using actor friends, and you just use your resources as a creative artist and managed to make some really inspiring stuff back in the day. And then we kind of did the same thing. We were pretty much just a band of gypsies, you know. There's about 5 of us in total traveling around in a car throughout France 2 summers ago, and we had a blast. We had an absolute fantastic time with this kind of creative experiment.
I've seen gypsies. You are no gypsy.
So, is it as simple as you're driving down the road and you go, oh, that's a beautiful street corner. Let's hop out and do some of this dialogue there and film it, and then we'll edit it together later?
Yeah, kind of as simple as that. I mean, we knew the script was already there. We worked out the script maybe the night before between the actors and the director and just dialogued a bit about it. So we knew what scenes we were filming each day. We didn't necessarily know exactly where we would be filming it. Oftentimes, Michael, the director, would go scouting the night before, or he had a couple of places in mind just from being around Paris for 2 weeks ahead of time. But sometimes things would happen, and we'd find something that was just too stunning to pass up, and we'd decide to shoot there. I mean, we got shots from Mont Saint-Michel, which there's no way we would have been able to film there under a couple of mil just to pay for being on the location, you know? And we got it for nothing. People thought that we were shooting a wedding.
Sweet.
So it was just guerrilla filmmaking. If you show up with low enough tech equipment, people will just think you're tourists.
Yeah, and that's what we did. We shot, I think it was with the 5D. I'm not sure about the difference between the 5D and the 7D Canon. And it looked like it was your regular kind of standard photo camera. And so people did think that. They thought that we were shooting like wedding footage for a couple.
And this took 12 days total?
Yeah, in total it was 12 days. Yeah, just running around France.
Wow.
Well, and that's not a terrible way to spend a couple of weeks either, by the way, just running around France, even if you are doing some work.
No, I mean, it was fantastic. We started off in Paris, and we made a big fat circle and managed to go down by the Mediterranean. And it was just really a wonderful experience as a human and then as an actor, obviously, yeah.
Is French one of the 80 languages that you speak, Stana?
Yeah, I was babbling a bit in
Of
French.
course it is. Of course she also speaks French. Look,
Just
look at
like
her.
me, she speaks Serbian and Croatian and French and Italian. That's the
Sure.
same thing.
Now, what about the, of course, the payoff for the viewer is if the movie's any good. What's the movie about and who are you?
Well, the movie's about two former lovers that that slam into each other in Paris after 8 years of being apart, and everything comes back basically to them, and they decide to go on this journey together. They have lives that they've invested in the parts of the world that they're now living in, and what they discover eventually through it is that they can't hang on to this incredible kind of affection that they have for each other. They have to kind of sacrifice that because of some of the decisions that they've made. And, you know, in some ways they were so young and they stupidly let each other go. And it kind of points to the idea of if you find something really, really great, don't screw it up. Don't mess it up. Hang on to each other.
And at what point did the Smurfs show up? Because I'm confused now.
Nope. Different movie.
No Smurfs?
But you didn't see something with it?
Different movie altogether. Now,
I
as a matter of fact, this movie wasn't even in the theaters, was it?
No, well, you know, we did a couple of screenings. We've been doing some film festivals. European film festivals have been really great in embracing the project. So, in fact, my partner in crime, Mark Polish, is in Poland right now for a number of screenings for the Transatlantic Film Festival. I showed it in Czech Republic. It's going to Germany as well, and it looks like it's getting a lot of great reception.
And where can we get it?
You guys can get it on iTunes. Go and download it and enjoy it. I think it's like $5, you know?
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
it's beautiful black and white, and so I hope people get a chance to go and then just see something that was a creative experiment and a lot of fun to do.
I'm so glad people are getting away from that nasty color.
I agree. All the best movies are in black and white, Santa. We all know that. The film is called For Lovers Only. You can get it on iTunes. It's also available through Amazon download, PlayStation, Xbox, cable, video on demand. I mean, there are a lot of ways to get it. It is an interesting new business model, and I can't wait to see it. It sounds really, really good. And when's Castle coming back, Stan?
Well, we come back in September. I think around September 19th. I can't be quoted on the dates exactly, but September
Beautiful.
for sure.
Beautiful. We love you. Thank you so much for coming back on the Kevin and Bean Show. We enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you, guys. Big kiss.